What up, Deontay with Deontay's reviews. So, what I tell y'all? I told y'all earlier this morning she was getting ready to go to Wayne, and while the conversation may be 10% about business, the rest of the whole skit was going to be about her talking to Wayne about Anthony, them getting back together, and anything in relation to that whole situation. So here we are, lo and behold, we got a skit saying Amber asked Wayne, "Do she think she's stupid if she take Anthony back?" Now, asking Wayne this is like asking a firefighter, "Should I grill in my basement with a propane tank instead of doing it outside?" Like, just what, of all people would you ask? Why would you ask Wayne this when he is one of the reasons why you and Anthony had issues? It's like the both of y'all taking advice from Wayne, yet your husband low key despises Wayne and gets uncomfortable anytime the two of y'all in the same room. Like, it it don't make any sense to me. So now Amber is on this tour. She's on tour now, and I ain't talking about the Beyonce tour. She on tour of the Should I or Should I Not tour, and her first stop is Country Wayne. So let's see what Amber talking about and what Wayne gonna say, because I'm curious.
Yeah, and I'm proud of you for staying consistent with this because it ain't gonna happen overnight. I know to start a business, sometimes it takes 5 to 10 years for the money to start flowing. Yeah. But it's gonna be a little quicker because we're using my brand to launch it, which the brand is already built. But you got to understand the money ain't gonna come in right now, so you're gonna take the times of the meetings, doing creative meetings, doing calls, talking to my connections or whatever. But you can't get discouraged because when the money comes, it's gonna be worth it. But as long as I see you working,
Amber don't care right now. Look at her. She really want to ask him a question about Anthony because she just had this conversation with Coca yesterday, and that little interaction with Anthony earlier made her uncomfortable. So everything he's saying going in one, going out the other.
I'm with it because I believe Anthony could be a big star, man. Because I feel like that Southern thing is coming alive with all these dances and stuff out here right now.
Yeah, he's great, and I'm here for it. Have to sacrifice for a little bit, but
that's what it's about, right?
Yeah,
it's worth the sacrifice. Where you about to go?
Wayne, I know you didn't heard about everything that's going on.
What you mean?
You ain't got to fake it.
I ain't heard about nothing. What you talking about?
You heard about me and Anthony and
everybody know about that. What you mean heard about it? I don't know nothing. I don't get in nobody's business.
About us possibly getting back together. You ain't heard that?
No, I know y'all was like, you know what I'm saying, situation, but hey man, that's y'all business. I'm talking about this what our business.
So, do you think I would be stupid if I really got back with him?
So I think he's stupid.
Yeah,
Hey man, at the end of the day, it ain't about what I think. Like I always told you, it's about what you think, because at the end of the day, you gonna have to live with the consequences or the blessings or whatever that come with it. However it is, you got to live with it. I'm gonna be over here at my house chilling, drinking orange juice. So
I know, but you know how it is. I done talk so much junk to my dad, to my friends, and they gonna be looking at me crazy if I go back to him.
Clearly, Amber cares too much about what people think. Now, this is the thing that I've always thought. Amber really wants to get her marriage back. She really wants her husband back in spite of all of this stuff. However, there's still a lot of pain there that she has to deal with. And there's still a lot of unresolved as it relates to Shayla and Kai. And Anthony has not done a good job of putting boundaries in place with Shayla. And even when it comes to co-parenting Kai with Shayla. However, she still wants her husband back low-key, deep down inside. And there's still that 1% of hope and 1% of a desire for her to want to get her marriage back. But aside of that, she cares too much about what other people think, because she knows that if she takes him back, or if the masses find out that Anthony has been back at the house for this last week, they are going to scold her. However, Wayne is right. You got to make decisions based upon what you can live with at the end of the day. It's not going to matter what anybody else thinks. People can give you suggestions, their opinions, but you need to make a sound decision based upon all of the information that you have in this situation.
If you worry about what people say, you can't live like that.
I mean, it's my fault. I ran my mouth too much.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm telling you, what the Bible say, man. Nobody can't judge you. It say get the log out of your eye before you get the splint out of somebody else's eye. We all got issues and stuff. So if you worry about what somebody say, you know what my strength is in life? For real.
What?
I don't care what people say. You know, the only person I care about is what God say. And I mess up with him every day.
Yeah.
But he keep giving me grace. If people was God, I'd be dead. They have been persecuted. They have been nailed me to the cross.
That's true.
Child support would have hung me from a tree.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm saying, you got to know that we all got a relationship with God.
yeah.
And this situation is with you and God.
The fact that she even has to ask anybody this question, if she's stupid for taking Anthony back, it says a lot. It says a lot about the gray area that they still have between the two of them, like I said in the last couple of videos. Okay, him staying in the house is a gray area. My opinion, my position on it, my view is, if she really wants to make a sound decision as to whether or not she should take him back, and I don't care if y'all crucify me to the cross or whatever, I don't care. This is a review, so this is my just review of my opinion about it. She has to be able to be in a place to make a sound decision about this in isolation of Anthony. The more he's in her presence, the more he can influence, the more he can cloud her ability to make a sound decision. The more she engages with him, like, she has to be able to pull back. Because even though she was by herself until he started coming back, doesn't mean she was in a space to really make a sound decision. Because think about what she was doing before all of this. She was entertaining Victor. She was worrying about Kelvin. She was, distracted from the business. She has to really say to herself, okay, I'm going to take this time to spend with God and myself to really think about the next steps as it relates to my marriage. I'm going to put certain things off hold. I'm not going to answer the phone for a little bit. I'm going to be very, very, very intentional in terms of who I talk to, because I need to hear from God. God, what do I need to be doing with this? There's a lot of gray areas. So, Lord, what do I need to do? With all of the information and everything that I know about the situation and the people that are involved, what decision do I need to make? And at this point, just stop asking people, because Wayne has clearly said two different things to Anthony. Pay attention to not what she says, but what she does, what she don't say. And then when he does that, then he's scolding him for upsetting Shada. Like, it's just, people can be fickle and iffy with their advice and their opinions, but one person that ain't gonna be fickle and iffy is God. So
It's just hard though, because if I do leave him all the way, I divorce him, then I get back in these streets and what? It ain't nothing out here.
Oh, these streets ain't nothing out of these streets.
None of these men be playing games, and
Exactly.
before you know it, you done mess with Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm telling you, you got to live with that decision. At the end of the day, that's your husband, and it go by how you feel. As long as nobody ain't taking nothing from your body or stealing or killing or beating and abuse or whatever, man, whatever you go through, man, that's your business. Don't worry about what people say now. Now, don't go to nobody because of what people say, and don't go away from nobody because of what people say. It's about your soul and what you feel. Because the only person that been there for you your whole life is that person inside of you.
Yeah.
Don't nobody know all our business but the person inside of us. So you got to listen to yourself. Yeah. So don't worry about what people say out here, man. You think I care?
So what stuck out to me just now in that last few minutes was this. She said, if I leave him, if I divorce him, then I'm back out here in the streets. So now she feels like she's up against two red flag ends of spectrums here. The first end is, if I leave him, then I'll be by myself. And while I'm by myself, I'll put myself at risk of making crazy decisions, of entertaining other men who might not be no good for me, and or who can't measure up financially the way that Anthony did. Or if I stay with him, then I have to spend the rest of my life acknowledging the fact that I forgave him, if she really does. And I have to then put up with Shayla being his baby mother for the next 18 plus years or for the rest of his life. And everything that Shayla is going to come with that. Which one is worse? I guess for her is like the lesser of two evils. But see, here's the thing. Okay, if Anthony puts things in perspective and puts Shayla in check and really gets a hold on that whole situation, it possibly could work. But Anthony tends to do things to which ultimately in the end means he's not forthright and honest with people that he's involved with. The other end requires her to have some discipline of herself as it relates to her in dating and her dating life if she decides to leave him. She just has to then master having discipline to not letting men in so easy, to not be too trusting, to make sure that she does her part of her due diligence to screen the men that she dates, to really find out what their intentions are and to see where their level of integrity and caliber as a man, as men are, where it is. That's what she has to do. Those are the two things. I could say which one I would prefer her to choose, but I mean, ultimately she got to make a decision based upon what she has to live with. So it seems like we're going to get a couple more skits of her asking different people these questions, probably asking Mama Brenda. I mean, probably asking some other people. And I'm just curious. It's been about 2 days since we seen Angelina, so I'm just curious what she got cooking up. And I'm curious where Shayla is, what's going on with Kai. Has my nephew eaten in the last 3 days? Like, we just need to know what's happening. Did she get him a new remote? I mean, go to Walmart, get him a universal remote to go with everything, you know. But that's what I want to see there. I want to see what Angelina and Shayla got going on so we can see how this story is going to progress. So let me know what y'all thinking about this skit. All right. See y'all later.